This is Manindrabu from Batam. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
I'm Sela Sadakau from Vatupula. I only listen to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold Naka, I'm Vale and I'm working at Golden Pro Resort, and I love listening to Gold FM because it plays a really wide range of classic music.
I'm Saini Sakio from Kashmir Wotoka. I like Gold FM, but only the classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Good evening, I'm Jackie Spate. This is FBC News. Tonight, Fiji Sevens captain Osekhulini Sao counts down to the team naming for the Olympics. Public Accounts Committee rounds up discussions, and 80 killed in France attacks. Vodafone Fiji Sevens captain Osekhulini Sao is ready to lead the side in the Olympic Games next month. Khulini Sao says it will be a privilege to guide a team in one of the biggest sporting events in the world. Vashnil Prasad with the story.
It has not been an easy journey for Fiji Sevens skipper, making his way on top and leading the national side to 2 successive Sevens World Series. The captain, courageous as he is known as, says leading the Sevens team in the Olympics will be something unique.
It will be a privilege and honor if I'm given the task of captaining the side again to the Olympic, which is a major achievement one's get to lead a country in the biggest spectacle of sport in the world.
He is now the most capped Fijian Sevens player, having featured in 52 Sevens tournament, playing 243 matches and scoring 1,026 points.
My plans is just up to the Olympics. I don't know what I want to do after that, but right now there's bigger fish to fry and there's the Olympic. I want to focus on the Olympic. After the Olympic, then I'll decide what I want to do next.
The 4 weeks of hard work from these players will be paid today during the one-on-one session with coach Ben Ryan.
It's been very competitive what we have in camp, and the boys are excited about the naming of the team and also anxious because we've got 3 more training sessions before Ben names his final team for Rio.
The players currently in the team have gone far beyond the limit to make into the final team.
Regulars have also fronted up brilliantly. You know, they don't want to have 2 years in the team where they've put in all the hard yards, and because they then don't engage themselves fully in training, they miss out on Olympic Games. That they're going hard as well, and you know the personal bests in the yo-yo are coming in thick and fast now.
The 12 that will be named tomorrow will sure have something special to represent a crazy rugby nation. Shnil Prasad, FBC News.
The Public Accounts Committee has rounded up its general briefings with various government departments and offices after an intense week. It now hopes to work with the Finance Ministry, FIRCA, the Reserve Bank of Fiji and the Fiji Independent Commission Against Corruption while assessing and scrutinising the Auditor General's report. Akusita Tale has more.
The Fiji Independent Commission Against Corruption faced the PAC committee today to give a brief of their powers and roles.
Government officials going to certain functions, and in the end, in the return, they get traditional offerings and gatherings. How do you view that in terms of definition of corruption?
When they receive the maniti or whatever traditional protocols that has been accorded to them when they go on in those occasions. When they come back, there are certain policies in place for them to declare it.
PAC Chair Ashnil Sudhakar says they will be heavily reliant on FICAC.
FICAC briefed us that if we find any element of corruption or bribery, any of those matters that FICAC deals with, while dealing with our reports, and with the reports of the Auditor General, then we are free to refer to them, and we'll work hand in hand to see that if there is an element of corruption or bribery.
The committee will sit again next week to look at previous Auditor General's reports that were done but have not been tabled in Parliament, together with the ones that have already been discussed.
We are going to assess all those. We are doing a very comprehensive program. We're reading page by page, word by word of every Auditor General's report that was submitted to Parliament.
7 Auditor General's reports from 2009 to 2015 that have been tabled in Parliament are yet to be scrutinized by the new committee. Sudhakar says they will not rush through it as it's a comprehensive work, but will ensure they identify any issue that will have to be addressed. Akusita Taleng, FBC News.
The MSG Leaders Summit, which was twice rescheduled, has endorsed the appointment of Fijian Amena Yavoli as the Director General. Earlier, Yavoli's appointment as Director General of the Melanesian Spearhead Group by the chairman of the MSG, Solomon Islands Prime Minister Manasseh Sogavare, was disputed by Vanuatu, causing delays in formalizing the appointment. Yavoli, a career civil servant, had previously been Fiji's ambassador for climate change, interim Secretary General of the Pacific Islands Development Forum, and permanent Secretary for Foreign Affairs. The MSG appointment is for 3 years. There is a delay in the procurement of medication under the Free Medicine Scheme. The scheme was launched last year, giving price-control medication free of charge to households with an annual income of less than $20,000. Eleanor Tarangaivu with this report.
All 142 new medication under the Free Medicine Scheme should be in stock by September. The assurance given by Assistant Minister for Health Vina Bhatnagar in Lambasa today.
There has been a delay in procurement of medications, but my chief pharmacist, he has assured me that by September we will have all the 142 medications in Fiji, and then we will be distributing all those medications to the pharmacies so that people can access it from their nearby pharmacies.
But Nagar says with new medication now added to the initial 56, they are hoping more pharmacies will come on board.
The pharmacies are there. Not every pharmacy is actually on board right now. And I can understand the initial 31 pharmacies, we still have them. And we still have those medications, those previous 56 or so medications there with them.
According to Bhatnagar, over 20,000 people are already registered under the program. And with the new stock coming in September, they hope to relaunch the initiative.
We will go and register people if they have not registered. But I was thinking once the medications are there, then we can do a full-fledged, launching. And then that will be heavily monitored and everything.
The Assistant Health Minister was in Lambasa today to look into a complaint from Gurnanak Primary School regarding a creek located behind the school compound. Debris from the creek, when it's flooded every time it rains, flows into the school premises. But Nagar has directed the town council to clear the debris and look for a long-term solution, which in this case is a proper drain. Eleanor Turangibio, FBC News.
Coming up on FBC News, police officers reminded of their roles. And Health Ministry once again reminds Fijians about dangers of NCDs. Stay with us.
And I love listening to Today FM Rocks.
My name is Freddy. I'm from Gamiatong. I listen to Mario on the traffic jam every afternoon.
Hi, my name is Salah. I live in Asunu. Today FM Rocks.
My name is Denasa and I'm from Lutoka and I love listening to Today FM.
My name is Ulamila. I work at Golden Point Resort. I love listening to Today FM. It rocks in Raki Raki.
I'm Mary from Mandera. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
We love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
Welcome back. This is FBC News. Police officers in the Western Division have been urged to be more vigilant when undertaking their work in protecting the rights of those they serve in their line of work. This was the message delivered by the Commissioner of Police Brigadier General Sithiven Ngilio at the second quarter parade in Nandi this morning. Madhyam Bolai Tamana has more.
425 officers from stations around the Western Division converged at Nandi's Prince Charles Park this morning to hear from the men at the helm of the force.
Hot and food and recovering from negative issues takes time, which is why I urge you to try and avoid being caught in a situation that can taint your hard work and that of our institution.
Gilio reminded his officers about their responsibility as law enforcers when discharging their duties.
One of the most important issues is the protection of the rights of those we come across in our line of work. We cannot afford to be complacent, as you have been. You have to be mindful of the bigger picture. Do your work honestly, and by the book, and you'll have nothing to worry about.
Gilio says an area that has been dealt by the force is the issue of empire building, which he says is an obstacle to their growth.
I'm contemplating rotating my very senior officers. This will also give others an opportunity to understand what holding a position of leadership requires. There are a lot of opportunities available, and all I require of you is to work hard and be fully committed to your calling as a police officer.
Gilio also reminded his officers of the importance of pitching in the hard work for their team and keeping in mind the prominence of the division as an economic hub for the country. Madhimbole Tamana, FBC News.
80% of Fiji's premature deaths are caused by non-communicable diseases. This was revealed by the Minister for Health and Medical Services, Choneo Sumate, while addressing tourism and hospitality graduates today. Sainiani Boila has more.
While addressing Service Pro International Tourism and Hospitality Institute graduates today, the Health Minister says NCDs is a major killer in the country.
Today, most people in Fiji who do not reach the age that God said that we should reach, which is the age of 70, these are called premature death. 80% of all people who are premature deaths are dying because of non-communicable diseases. 80%.
He also reminded the graduates to keep up with their health status once they enter into the workforce, as individuals were responsible for their health.
And I remind you graduates, you're all looking very nice and sleep today. Now when you go into the hospitality industry, they give you all that lovely food. If you don't watch out, your body shape will begin to change very rapidly.
More than 100 students graduated from the Service Pro International Tourism and Hospitality Institute, with many expected to join the workforce soon. Sainiani Boila, FBC News.
The Ministry of Education has revealed plans to turn Queen Victoria School into a major academic site in Fiji. Education Minister Mahendra Reddy says they will do this by doubling the boarding facilities at the school. The government plans to renovate and enlarge the boarding facilities as rebuilding continues at the school, financed by the Indonesian government.
We are doubling the boarding facility as previous. This is something that we'll reveal later on. And work is undergoing. We're spending a lot of money.
Reddy says a separate company will be funded by government to carry out the major development work. And turning to world news, a large highway transport truck and trailer was driven into a crowded Bastille Day celebrations in the southern French city of Nice, killing at least 80 people and injuring dozens more. It happened on the famous Promenade des Anglais after a fireworks display. The driver was shot dead and guns and grenades were found inside the huge truck. President Francois Hollande says the attack was of a terrorist nature. Sports is up next, and here's Jamie with the latest.
Nakataki, and good evening. Up ahead in sports, all on track for Team Fiji to Rio Olympics. And Ana Maria Rungida named captain for Fijiana. We'll have this and more after the break.
आपको करगंगा के रंजिला का नमस्कार। रेडियो फिजी की सुंदर सुंदर यादों का खजाना एकदम बचपन के दिन याद करा देते हैं।
हमारा नाम जोनी नायडू है, हम रहता है मलोलो में और हम टैक्सी ड्राइवर है। हम सब टाइम अपन टैक्सी में रेडियो फिजी सुनता प्रोग्राम।
हम सिंगाचोका के हैं, हमारा नाम है रोजी। हम लोग यहाँ पे रेडियो फिजी 2 सुनता है।
राम राम, मैं रेमस प्रसाद बोलता हूँ, तब होता मैं कोई रहता हूँ। मैं जब भी सुना रेडियो फिजी 2 ही सुनता हूँ।
रेडियो फिजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
Just 19 days left to the Rio Olympics and everything is going according to plan for Team Fiji. Its team assembly will be held tomorrow and all those bound for Rio will be briefed ahead of the games. Meli Tavanga reports.
With Fiji carrying its biggest ever contingent to an Olympics, Fijian chef de mission Kathy Wong has confirmed all is on track.
What are you looking for? 1 year ago, I had a visit went up to Brazil and met with the embassy staff up there. So we have been in close communication and in close contact with our Brazilian ambassador up in Brazil, and they have always sent us updates and pre-warnings about the situation in Brazil. Also, we have been in close consultation and in discussions with our foreign affairs here, and with that we've had good support from the foreign affairs here and from the Brazil people. We've been guided by the decisions that they have made and the information that they have got. So as far as the safety of Team Fiji in Rio, when you go to Olympic Games, everyone is housed in what we call a village-like atmosphere.
That's wrong. Wong has also confirmed that health issues in Brazil will not be a problem to the Fiji contingent.
We have been in close consultation with WHO and with our Ministry of Health. And our Ministry of Health has been really sending us regular updates, and we have been guided by their decisions on what the precautions for us to take. For Team Fiji, all our athletes and officials have been vaccinated with influenza. They have been given the yellow fever vaccination.
Meanwhile, Fiji Sevens, together with the Fijiana team and the soccer team, are yet to be named, while Fiji's javelin thrower Leslie Copeland has booked his place from athletics.
We have confirmation that Leslie will be representing Fiji at the Rio Olympic Games. Barnova has subsequently withdrawn. He chose to qualify on merit, and failing that, what decision he's made has been very, very courageous decision for him to make. It's a decision that didn't come easy with him, but that was his personal journey.
Tomorrow night will be a big night as they will announce the men's and women's sevens team together with the Fiji football team. Meli Tavanga, FBC Sports.
While the extended Fiji 7 squad waits for its team naming, the TFL Fijiana has already announced its captain for the Rio Olympics. The first player from the men's and women's team who has officially booked the ticket to Rio is Fijiana captain Anna Maria Rongida. Vasnil Prasad has more.
Fijiana captain Anna Maria Rongida contemplates her next move as she is now the first rugby player to book a spot for the Olympics.
She's a standout player like Oscar is for the men. And I've stood by her captaincy all year. I think she's been excellent for us on and off the field in terms of her leadership.
Women's coaching director Chris Cracknell says it will be a tough decision selecting the other 11 players.
We've gone back 6 months. The team would have almost picked itself, and the quality of player that's come in and the girls that have come in from other sports have really challenged us as coaches to develop them, and I think that we've done that really, really well.
Though these girls know they are in for a tough battle in Rio, they are not losing hope of winning a medal in the Olympics.
A lot of those teams have had players to select for regularly. We've had a lot of obstacles to overcome, and we haven't been able to pick consistently at times. And I think that we've now got 18 girls in the best condition possible.
The Fijiana side has a tough quest for a medal, being grouped with women's world champions Australia, 5th ranked France, and an unpredictable Colombia. Vasnil Prasad, FBC Sports.
Meanwhile, Jared Hayne was given a memorable farewell by his former Sevens teammates at the Singatoka Sand Dunes yesterday. The players farewelled him in typical Fijian fashion, singing Isale.
Sad, man.
On! Oh! What do you mean? All the best, huh? Yeah. Jerry! You man! Off! Alright! Hey, mother! You man!
Hayne departed for Australia yesterday morning and is yet to announce his next move. That's it from sports this evening. Jack is up next with business.
A new Japanese cuisine opened its services to the public today at the Demorta food court in Laudala Bay, Suva. The Kyoto Japanese cuisine is the first of its kind at the centre and aims to bring a taste of Japanese food to all Fijians. Cuisine owner Ryo Arai says most people in the country are not well versed with Japanese dishes, and they would like to showcase the varieties of spreads Japan is known for.
To make Japanese food for the Fijian people, because the people don't know any Japanese, right? Japanese food. So that's why, I open a Japanese restaurant there. It's a different taste, Maybe people never tasted it before. We have about 5 staff now. About 2 weeks ago, we prepare for the food, the setup and the clean up. And then now, open today.
It was a cool morning with some early morning showers in the east, clearing to a fine and sunny day throughout the nation. Expect another chilly night. Temperatures, Mombasa recorded the warmest centre at 32 degrees, while Nandi followed at 29. The rest of the centres were cool in the higher 20s. And for tomorrow, a mix of sun and clouds with few showers is expected to be the weather pattern for the weekend. And looking ahead to Sunday, the sunny conditions will continue with cool south winds. At sea, southeast winds gusting up to 20 knots, moderate to rough seas. And recapping the main stories for tonight, Fiji Sevens captain Osekulini Sau and his team are counting down to the naming of the Olympic squad. The Public Accounts Committee has ended its discussions, and 80 killed in France when a truck runs through a crowd. For these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. This week's poll question, we are asking, can the Fijiana win gold at Rio Olympics? To answer, visit our FBC website. Send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email citizenseyes@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page FBC News. And if you're on Twitter, follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC_news or simply hashtag FBC News. You've been watching FBC News. I'm Jackie Spade. Have a safe and enjoyable weekend. Ni Modamanda.
Alango Katonasia Tuvotua, Omonia Saurara, although we will take you on a TV and a market Tawa. Although Talitana, Warrona, Bula FM, and Namandu and Set.
Pulamana Viti, Nadango Palacio Materia, one of my Nana Bula Tabuni, Ausatuba Nandi, and the Talita Warrongo and a Bula FM.
Bula FM, number 2 and Seri.